everyone, welcome to Satat Gyanarjanam. I hope you all are fine, and today we are going to start with our class 11th biology chapter. Chapter is from botany, that is plant kingdom. After completing the biological classification, we are going to start this chapter, and after this chapter we are going to continue the chapter that is animal kingdom. But let's understand why biological classification is important to complete before understanding this kingdom. However, it is not much connected, but if you want to relate it more effectively and understand it more effectively, I will always advise that you should understand and complete the biological classification first, then you should start with this chapter. If I will start that what we have understood in our previous chapter, that is biological classification. So you may recall that in biological classification we have talked about a different types of classification, like the classification given by Aristotle, Linnaeus, and R.H. Whitaker. These are some of the classification which are already discussed in our which are discussed in our this chapter, that is biological classification. But every type of classification means the classification given by the Aristotle has its own drawbacks, whereas the drawbacks given by Carolus Linnaeus has its own drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? If you can recall, kindly know and let me know in the comment section, and kindly give answer in the comment section. So in last, our R.H. Whitaker, scientist, he had came and he had proposed a system, that is 5 kingdom classification. He has given 5 kingdom classification. What is included in this type of classification? So in this type of classification, all the organisms which are present on this earth are divided into 5 kingdoms. What are those? Let me write here. So first is our Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. This was our 5 kingdom classification given by R.H. Whitaker. So we have already completed our Monera, Protista, Fungi, all these 3 kingdoms in our biological classification. Means we have completed all these 3 classifications. There means all the aspects of these kingdoms in biological classification. But it was said that Plantae and Animalia, means plant kingdom and animal kingdom, will be discussed in our separate chapter. Why? Because they are very important also, and they are very deep and also. So in this chapter, after biological classification, we are going to start this one, plant kingdom. And after completing the plant kingdom, we are going to start with the animal kingdom. But what is our today's target? Our today's target is to start with the plant kingdom. I hope you all have understood. So let's start with the chapter. Let's understand what we are going to understand in this chapter. First of all, let me write here. Plant kingdom. What will be our target? Simply target means topics. What are the topics that we are going to understand in this chapter, that is plant kingdom. So first of all, we are going to start with the basis of classification. In this topic, we are going to understand that there are different types of classification, means on the basis of morphological characters, means external characters. If those classification which includes both internal and external features, means both the external and internal features are given equal, I can say equal equal features, equal positions, and both of these internal as well as external features are studied. And other means different types of classification we are going to understand in this topic, that is basis of classification. Then we are going to, after completing the biological classification, we are going with the first class of our plant kingdom, that is algae. Third is our bryophyta. Fourth is our pteridophyta. Pteridophytes. Fifth is our gymnosperms. Sixth is our angiosperms. Okay, so before starting our chapter, that is our first target, that is basis of classification, let's understand one more thing which is important. As we have already understood that in five kingdom classification, our one of the kingdom is Plantae, that is plant kingdom. Okay, so in plant kingdom we have inside the plant kingdom we have five classes, that is algae, bryophyta, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, last but not the least, angiosperms. Okay, so you know that these algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta and gymnosperms are non-flowering plant, they belongs to the group having no flowers. Yes, of course. Are you surprised or not? Let me know in the comment section. And whatever flower you are looking around in your like in your garden, if in your any area, if you are seeing any flower, any plant bearing flower, that is angiosperm. Means which class of plant kingdom is flower bearing? That is angiosperms. And what are the classes that belongs to non-flowering plants? That is algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta and gymnosperms. I hope you have understood. So, okay, let's start with the basis of classification now. Basis of classification. Our first basis of classification is artificial basis of classification. Yes. Now, what you have to do, you have to focus on the words. Okay, so this basis of classification, it is common. But what we have to do, we have to focus on this word, that is artificial. Why it is said that it is artificial basis of classification? But before that, let's understand who has given it. So, it was given by Linnaeus. Who is Linnaeus? Carolus Linnaeus, who is also known as the father of taxonomy, even plant kingdom taxonomy, both plant kingdom taxonomy. Artificial basis of classification, it was given by Linnaeus. Then let's understand why it is written that artificial basis of classification. Actually, it is totally based upon the gross morphological characteristics. What? Gross morphological characteristics. I hope you have understood. Now, what this consists of gross morphological characteristic? Yeah, you will confuse that what is meant by gross morphological characteristics. So I hope you already have completed your chapter, that is structural organization in animals. If you haven't completed that chapter, let me know. Do you know that there is a word that is morphology and anatomy? Have you ever heard of these chapters? Sorry, these words or keywords, morphology or anatomy. So actually what happens? What is meant by morphology? Morphology means a study of external features. What? A study of external features. And what is meant by anatomy? A study of internal features. Now we are not going in very detail that what is actual meaning of anatomy, but what is a common definition of anatomy is study of internal features. If you have already completed that chapter, that is structural organization in animals, we have understood, we have a topic that is morphology of the frog. Morphology of frog या फिर anatomy of frog. If you can remember, in morphology of frog we have understood its skin type, what is nictitating membrane present in a frog. Okay, means we in the morphology we are focusing upon the external features that we can see. Okay, that we can observe from our eyes. Okay, and what are internal features? Simply we can't see the digestive system of a person from our eyes. Simply no. Can we see the respiratory system of a person or any organisms? Can we see? No, because it is a study of internal features, and it is known as anatomy. Okay, coming to our topic, gross morphological characters. So it mainly consists of vegetative property, vegetative characters, you can say vegetative characters. And next was our androecium characters. Now what, Abhi, you will ask that what is meant by androecium characters. Okay, I will make you understand, but before questioning this about this keyword, let's understand. You know, in androecium characters या फिर sexual characters, characteristic या characters. Okay, so in the vegetative characters we were considering habitat of that plant, also the color, shapes, number of leaves. Color, okay, I'm writing here before it. Let's habitat, color, number and shapes of leaves. If you will collect different types of leaves from different plant, you can see that every leaf has different colors, different structures or different numbers. Some of the leaves, for example, if you can remember, in papaya plant you can see a very big leaf and a single leaf. Okay, whereas if you will observe on the neem tree has this type of, leaves. So actually क्या होता है, even in the chapter that is morphology of plant, flowering plant, you are going to understand that how the plants are also distinguished on the basis of number of leaves they have. ठीक है, या फिर whether their opposite side leaves are on the opposite side, direct opposite side or not, whether they are on like this. ठीक है, it means on the basis of habitat of plant, color, number and shapes of leaves. In the androecium character, first of all, let me all of you show the slide. That is, here you can see, let's recall it, plant kingdom. In plant kingdom, we are going to understand algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm, angiosperms. These algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte and gymnosperm are non-flowering plants, and angiosperm belongs to flowering plants. Okay, classification system. Our first classification system is artificial classification system. It is based upon the gross morphological characters, which consist of habitat, color, number and shapes of leaves. In the gross morphological characters, we have vegetative characters and androecium characters, as we have already understood. Okay, so first of all, can you see a photo here? I hope you can see. And here you can see that this is a plant. This is a flower. This is a flower, and it has different types of structures. It has two structures. If you can see, it has two structures. That is, first is female part, if you can remember. So these male parts, which are known as androecium या फिर anther या फिर stamen, ठीक है, they means the male characters of flowers are known as androecium characters. So he has divided the plants on the basis of their vegetative characters and their androecium characters, which means male reproductive organ. Okay, I hope you have understood. Let's come to our topic. So I hope you have already cleared that what is meant by androecium characters. So androecium characters indirectly belongs to the sexual characters. Let's talk about what was its drawback, why it is not accepted. It is not accepted because it has separated the close related species also. The close related species. Okay. Let me make you understand that how this classification was separating even very close plants या फिर close species. ठीक है, मान लो कोई plant है जो which have same characteristic and they are very related species, and you can see that they are related, but from this classification they were separated. Yes, they were separated. Because why? What is the reason behind it? Its reason was it was based on only few of the characteristic. Based on, okay, I'm writing here. Based on only few characters. Few characters. Okay. If I will say that from one formula I am going to solve whole math, can I do it? Can I do it? Will I be able to solve all the questions of the math? No, simply every area has its own formula. In the same way, can you use only few characters to divide this to this whole plant kingdom? Can you divide whole plant kingdom with only one criteria? No, simply you need a large, I can say a very diverse characteristics, so that you can divide all the, you can do the classification. And I can say that what was its failure, because it was based on only few characters. It was considering only few characters and was trying to dividing all the species of plant kingdom. It was possible? Was it possible? No, simply it is not possible. And that's why it was separating. It was separating even the close related species. Okay, our second drawback was what? There was also a second drawback. The second drawback was it has given equal importance. Given equal importance to both vegetative and sexual characteristics. Given equal importance to both sexual and vegetative characters. I hope you can understand what is meant by vegetative characters, and you have already understood what I want to convey you about the sexual characters. So what is it mean that he is saying that both the vegetative character and the sexual character is equal, which is totally wrong, because as you know that these vegetative characters get easily affected by the conditions या फिर the situation around the plant. ठीक है, get easily affected. Get easily, okay, I'm writing here more clear. Get easily affected. Whereas this sexual characters means they will also get affected, but they will not get easily affected. For example, if you can remember, if you can relate, when in the monsoon time, if in the autumn season, you can see that most of the plant will shed off all of their leaves, and our vegetative character is based upon habitat, color, number, and shapes of leaves. Means all the leaves are now far down. Okay, but can you say that sexual characters also get changed? No, simply they don't get changed. Okay, I hope you have understood. So this was our artificial basis. So I hope you all have understood the artificial basis of classification. Let's come to our next topic. Our next topic is natural basis of classification. Let me write here. Natural basis of classification. Okay, so we have completed the natural basis of classification, and it's time to understand our next basis of classification, that is natural. In the same way, first of all, you have to focus on this word, that is natural, not on these things, because they are already common. And natural, what do you understand by natural here? But before that, one more thing that I want to say, that now you will understood, you are also, before starting the classes, we are going to complete this basis of classification. Even in basis of classification, we are going to talk about artificial basis of classification, natural basis of classification, phylogenetic classification, numerical taxonomy, cytotaxonomy, and chemotaxonomy. Total 6 basis of classification we are going to understand. Okay, but one more thing that I want to say, that it will be important for you to understand it, so that you can relate it with you in even more. That once you will understand, for after completing the natural basis of classification, you will find that this basis of classification was just an improvement of this basis of classification, that is artificial. Means those this natural basis of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker scientists. This was the name of the scientist, one of the scientists who are involved in founding this basis of classification, that is natural basis of classification. What they have done, they have just improved this artificial basis of classification. They just have worked on the drawbacks. Okay, so I hope you have understood. It means all the successive classification that we are going to understand will be improvement and improved result of the previous classification. Let's come to our topic, that is natural basis of classification. And after completing natural basis of classification, again I am going to discuss that how this natural basis of classification is improved version of this artificial basis. Okay, so first of all, it was given by Bentham and Hooker. These are two different scientists, and this is their, I think these are their surname. It is also given in NCERT, so it is important to learn it. Now, natural basis of classification was based upon natural affinities. What? Natural affinities. Now, it is same as the artificial basis of classification was based upon the gross morphological characteristics. So I should highlight it. Now, in this natural affinities, inside this natural affinities, we are going to consider both the internal and external features. Yes, means now now it is not only considering the external features that can be observable, that are observable. No, not only the external feature, but it is also working on the internal feature of a plant. Okay? Now, what is included inside the external features? Let me make you all understand, and I hope you all can guess. Yes, external features will consist of vegetative characters, and one more thing, that is sexual characters. Yes, sexual character means, I hope you all have understood, sexual character will also include the androgen structure. It is very common because it is this characteristic is also common for our previous classification, that was on the basis of gross morphological characteristic. Okay, now let's talk about the internal features. What is inside this internal feature? Now, this internal feature consists of ultrastructure, means these are the things that are studied, that are being studied inside the natural basis of classification. So ultrastructure, now anatomy, phytochemistry, last but not the least, embryology. Let's understand each keyword one by one. Then I hope you will understand and you will get a clear concept, a clear idea what it is actually. So ultrastructure, what is meant by ultrastructure? Ultrastructure means seeing those finer things that are also not observable through light microscope. Okay, what is meant by light microscope? I hope you all have because you all are biology students, and even in class 10 you all have done different types of experiments, like seeing the cheek cells, I think onion cells means peeling out a transparent peel from the onion, and you have to see it under the light microscope, that is compound microscope. So actually what happens, ultrastructure means ultra structure. If you will focus on this word, means we can we can observe a cell inside a light microscope या फिर compound microscope, but can you see the Golgi apparatus inside the light microscope या फिर compound microscope? No, simply not. And even if you can see, no. So first of all, it is impossible to see the Golgi apparatus inside under the light microscope. But even if even by coincidence, if you have seen it, it will be not clear and you can't study it. Okay, I hope you have understood. So these smallest, these finer structure needs इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोप या फिर हाईली स्पेशलाइज्ड माइक्रोस्कोप्स, ठीक है, which can see very finer particles. So study of those finer particles that are also not observable inside under the light microscope, ठीक है, वो सारे characteristic we are going to study under the ultrastructure. Now first of all you have to leave this anatomy, then in last we are going to discuss it. Phytochemistry. Phytochemistry means inside the phytochemistry we are going to study we are going to study different phytochemicals. I think I should write here phytochemicals. Now, what is meant by phytochemicals here? Phytochemicals is just some type of compounds which is formed inside the plant body. For example, in human body, there is we have urea, okay? We have different types of sebum we can found on our different parts of body. For also, different person have different smells. It is because of different types of biological chemicals producing in that person's body, ये ठीक है, in that organism's body, ठीक है. So study of those phytochemicals या biological compounds, the study of those biological compounds is known as phytochemistry. Now embryology. Embryo, do you know what is meant by embryo? First of all, embryo, when male and female gametes will fuse with each other, they will form what? They will form zygote. Now this zygote will start doing multiplication. It will undergoes the reduction process. Now it will start multiplying, and after multiplying it will form a cluster like structure, but it is not same in plant. No, simply you know what is meant by ovule and ovary? Yes, ovary is the female reproductive part, and inside the ovary there is ovule, and from these are the, I think, androecium. Do you know what's androecium? Okay, from the first classification I am going to show it. This is, I think, you imagine that it is male part and the androecium, and this is pistil या फिर female part. So what will happen? It will, when this ovule will get fertilized, the egg inside the ovule will get fertilized, it will form zygote, and from zygote it will start forming a full plant embryo. What? A full plant embryo. So this full plant embryo, in the study of these full plant embryo will be known as embryology. I hope you all have understood. Now let's focus upon the anatomy. Anatomy means study of the internal features. Take common internal features means inside the natural classification, inside the natural basis of classification, for dividing the different plants into different classification, we need to work hard, okay? Because in the internal features we are going to talk about ultrastructure, phytochemistry, and then embryology, then anatomy. Okay? Now also plus observable characters, that is external features, consist of vegetative character and sexual character. Let's talk about its drawback. Means from whatever you have understood, it is, I think you are also feeling it that okay, it is better classification, and it is, I think it will be successful, but it also has some of the drawback. Even if you are not having this type of guts that it will be better and it will be successful, most accepted. No, I think you may be not feeling it, but when I was studying, I was having guts that no, it is very better and it will be most accepted classification. But no, it also has some of the drawback. It was one drawback. It was one drawback. Before discussing the drawback, one more thing I want to take an example so that you can understand very in a very deep, and you can understand everything what I really want to convey you. Okay, for example, you have gone in just a mall, and okay, and there you have seen, sorry, there you have seen that there is a mechanical mixer. Means we have grinder, okay, which has a machine and jars, okay, like this. This is machine and this, I think it is a jar, okay, in which we are going to grind anything that we want. But some of the also mechanical, these days mechanical grinders are also coming, which are made up of plastic, and you just have to, means different structure can be there. Inside them there is a blade, there is a set of blades like this, ठीक है, और blades होगा और उसमें you have a box and you have to put whatever you want to grind, there is a mechanism through which this blade will this blade will be moved, and when this blade will move, it will simply grind that thing. But when you will go to purchase that thing, what are the things that you will consider? First of all, you will consider is its observable characters. What are the observable characters? Means what is its color, okay, its design is okay or not. It is not looking good. So means it's, I can say, its structure, observable structure, its outermost thing that you can see, and you can also find whether the blades are present or not. Okay? Then what will be the second thing? It will be like external features in the plants. Now you will, because that machine will be mechanical, so simply you are going to use it. Means you are going to push that anything, you are going to start that blade, that whether that blade is working or not. When we will go at home and doing this, okay, it is very kharab hai, okay, so it will be considered as internal feature, because you are testing whether that thing, whether that machine is working or not, or just a fraud. Okay, last thing that you will be considered, that what material it is made up of. Okay, sometimes people used to say, okay, it is looking good, it is working well, but it has not quality. Okay, yeah, sometimes it happens. And even if you will check, even if it will succeed in both the external features, that is its color is good, it has blade, it has everything, now it is also working well, but if you are finding that it is made up of very low quality plastics, very low quality material, so what will happen? Due to low quality material, you are going to it will break easily, ठीक है, या फिर it can also harm you. ठीक है, मतलब कभी कभी क्या होता है, sometimes when we have some benches, especially when we were in classes in schools, through benches our clothes get sometimes it get used to harm us. We used to get injury because of that material which is used in that benches, okay, in classroom benches. So last thing that you are considering, that is material, which material it is made up of. If it is not made up of well material, if a good quality material, it is going to fail in very less time. Okay, It means now you are going in background. In the same way, whenever we see a person, okay, yeah, when we want to make a relationship, any type of relationship with a person, yeah, like a friendship, okay, first of all we will see, as a normal person's point of view, you will simply look at that person's external features, means what type of clothes it has, he has weird, and what will, is he black or white skin tone, okay, means everything, means uh, any type of things it can be. Next you are going to talk about, you are going to consider that person's nature, whether he's aggressive or not, okay, yeah, whether that person is calm or not. Then the last thing you will consider, that is whether he is working or not, okay, yeah, what is his family background, yeah, what about his friends, how many friends he have, yeah, how many friends that person have, okay, means background related now, okay. Even in also sometime marriage, during marriage people used to look over the external features, your internal features. Next, last but not the least, background, your background. In the same way, here you can see, you can observe a thing, that it is considering the it is considering the external feature, the internal features, okay, it has good internal feature, its external features, okay, but it is not considering the background, okay, and background is also very important. So it means that background is known as, in the species, the background is known as evolutionary relationship या फिर phylogenetic relationship, ठीक है, philo not considered in the same way. If I will take this pen, okay, first of all I will see that whether it is beautiful or not, it is something, it just doesn't it has any type of injuries or something, okay, fault. Then I will check whether it is working or not. Yes, it is working. Now I am going to talk about, if any engineer will be, he will open this and he will understand whether it's yeah, which type of material it is made up of, okay. Means it is going to check every aspect. But this basis of classification has, it has, means I can say it has remained, yeah, it has lacked one thing, that is phylogenetic relationship, which was very important. And I hope you have understood what is international basis of classification. Let's come to our slides to understand. Okay, so यहाँ पे you can see that for embryology you can see this is a flower, okay, and it has these androeciums. Androeciums are male characteristic and these gynoecium are female characteristic. Inside this gynoecium we have female reproductive part, and when from this when zygote will form as a result of ova and pollen grain given by the androecium, it will form zygote, and from zygote it will form a new plant embryo. That process is studied known as embryology, okay. Let's focus on our topic, that is natural basis of classification. In the natural basis of classification, natural affinities are focused, okay. In the natural affinities, what are there? There is external features, there is internal features. Inside the internal features we have anatomy, embryology, then we have ultrastructure, and last but not the least phytochemistry, okay. Drawback, phylogenetic relationship were not present, okay. Last given by whom? It is Bentham and Hooker. I hope you all have understood. Let's come to our next topic. Our next topic is phylogenetic basis of phylogenetic basis of classification. I hope you have understood. Let's come to our next topic.